What up, folks? Welcome back to ULTRAZILLA Toys, and today I have a review of the Icarus Toys Dark Lion Force Voltron. What the lions? What a tease, ULTRAZILLA. Yeah, we're going a traditional Voltroning route, and Voltron is the name of the game here, guys. It really did appear that Icarus Toys nabbed a license to do this version of their Voltron. Now, I don't have the original Mad Toys version of this, which is what Icarus Toys came from. So, I don't have that. I can't compare it. So I'm not gonna really be like referencing back to that one because I really don't know what the problems were, what this or that. I can only speak to these guys on their own, and that's what we're gonna do here. And we will compare it to the SOC. You know, towards the end, we're gonna like put them together. I'm not gonna do individual lions comparison with that one as well. So because they're really, you know, pretty different. So, you know, at the end when everything is all together, yeah, we're gonna take a look at them. But these guys are pretty cool. To get a Voltron in these colors, which I love. This is kind of a, you know, that black and gold variant that I really love. But they're not really black. They're kind of like a gunmetal, and a pearlescent gunmetal to boot. So we're gonna take a look at them a little closer now. But they are pretty cool. There's a really traditional, really cool looking, like old-timey Voltron vibe to them, even though they're in these like really awesome colors. And I like the whole idea of a more uniform Voltron on the shelf. So it's pretty neat to get it. Now, I picked mine up at Toys Republic, which is their official store. I will provide a link down below, but please be aware, I didn't get a tracking number on these guys till after it showed up. So, now, it seems like an isolated incident. I do know some other folks that did get tracking numbers from them, so it appears to be, you know, maybe just an oversight. So, but definitely something to warn you about. Yeah. Now, let's take a look at these lions. Let's start with number 4 here. You know, traditionally the blue lion, and he is rather cool. Again, nice looking pieces. Let's take a look at it. Very heavy. A lot of die cast in these guys. So we will take a look at that further as well. The 4 is like etched right in there, and I love how that looks. Really nice. So I really like the sculpt on these guys. They're very, very cool. Like I said, kind of traditional looking. Definitely traditional in the articulation department. But, you know, I'll definitely say this. Right now, these are not as, like, mobile as the SOC ones. So, definitely don't be looking for that type of articulation. Or engineering. This is very much, it's more simplified in those terms, but it's still really good. So let's keep looking though. You got the gold here, and then you got the gold up here, which looks really nice. So silver, and let's see how that is like all pearlescent in there. It's pretty nice. It just gives off this beautiful finish. Head sculpt is really gorgeous. You can see the red eyes like just reflecting off his nose there. Well, his muzzle. So very, very nicely done. Really clean. Beautiful stuff. The one thing I noticed as I was about to start this review is right here, I have a little chip of some sort. I don't know if that's in the paint or what, so it's hard to tell in these colors, but there's definitely something there. It's definitely not on the other side. Another thing I'm gonna say, even though I have this guy in my hand overall here, is please be careful. There's some sharp parts on these guys. Like, I don't know if it's like an unfinished thing or what, but I've like nicked myself. There's like a little nick there. Sorry to be gory. It's small. And I had another one on the other side which is totally invisible. But yeah, sharp for sure. But very cool. Let's get back to this guy. So let's do some articulation on him. You got some head movement going back and forth like that, which helps with like a kind of a rocker. Lots of awesome ratchet joints on this piece. The whole thing, it's ratcheted. So really awesome neck ratchet there. The mouth does open. You even got like, you heard like a hinge in there, but there's a nice ratchet in there. I'm gonna keep his mouth open for now. Legs, ratchet forward like this. Just a hinge here, swivel I should say. Swivel down here, and even a foot, like toe swivel I should say. There you go. On the back, ratchet, swivel, swivel, swivel. Tail has two segments. There you go, which is really nice and really long. Die cast up here, die cast over here. Where else we got die cast on this guy? All over the place. On his face. In here. All die cast underneath this gold piece. Gold piece does not appear to be die cast, but very, very, very heavy. Very nice. So beautiful piece. Now, actually, you know what? As we go, weapons. Here's the, now the directions have the weapons all over the place. I believe this is, you know, from what I recall, this is the traditional Blue Lion weapon. So, each of these come with two. So, you have two of each. Now, I don't know how well he holds this, but I guess okay. There you go. So, very nice sculpt on this. On all of them, actually, and we'll take a look. You got, you know, two different grays there, you know, so that looks really, really nice. And then we'll put him down here. We'll go to the other end. We'll do the yellow lion. Also, a really nice sculpt. Love the little cannon blaster thing up there. That's cool. You know, all the sculpting work is very nicely done. Lots of die cast again. You can feel it. All cold. Very cool. The head, the body, again the tail. So very, very nice. The 5 looks incredible. That is like high class there. Really, really nice looking. Head sculpt is beautiful. Love those red eyes. Piercing red eyes on all of these guys. Super slick. Just looks great, guys. Again, all the same articulation here. Head moves this way and this way. Ratchet up. Ratchet. Swivel, swivel, swivel. No body. There's no like body movement in these. Ratchet. Swivel. 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 Swivel tail. So really nice. It's actually double jointed, the tail. See that? That's pretty cool. Same goes for the Blue Lion. Mouth opens. Mouth opens a little bit differently with this lion. Here's his weapon. Again, these come with 2 each, which is very nice. Here's something I want to show you. there's a little paint fleck on my finger here. And yeah, that's happened to me a bunch of times since I've opened it. Way early this morning. If you saw my unboxing, I did not get to this review back to back. I actually went back to sleep for a couple of hours. That's why I sound so much better now. So, but yeah, there is some paint flecks, but I cannot tell where it's coming from. I really think it's some like paint that's stuck in the joints, because I get it as I move stuff, and I don't necessarily see it anywhere. So there's that. Weapon, again, beautiful stuff. I love the dual color there, dual gray. Put it in his mouth there. Close it up. Now, feels a little loose in the yellow lion's mouth. So yeah, that's no good, unless it's supposed to be a different weapon, but it's definitely not closing around it. So unless we could do it this way, we can always do it that way. Not really the way it's supposed to go, but it's not closing its mouth around it. But there you go. Nice weapon. Again, you get 2. And the lion looks fantastic. And we'll just go next here with the green lion. Now these guys obviously are smaller, but they look fantastic. Look at all that pearlescent, like gunmetal gray. It's so beautiful. And that, I just love the way the numbers are sculpted right in. It's just so gorgeous. So really, really, really cool. Now you do get the kind of unsightly little connector point, which is just a piece of plastic. It's not so good looking. I mean, you can put it down if you want, you know, and just get it prepped. And then it just looks like something else. Or you can leave it up, whatever you want to do. You know, it is what it is. But, you know, that is one thing that, you know, I don't care for. That was done on here. No real hiding point for that. But otherwise, it still looks really nice. Now, this is the dude that keeps cutting me. Right here. Right in this corner up here. And right here. Wow. Is super sharp. So really be careful, guys. I don't know how that was cut like, why that was cut like so, but it's like really sharp. At least on mine. It could be an isolated incident, but I'm not sure. So the head on this guy, really nice. Again, those eyes, beautiful. Really like it. Very clean paint, you know, where applied. So really gorgeous. Now for articulation on this guy, head swivels. Mouth opens pretty far. Good ratchet there. More soft ratchet, but definitely a ratchet still there. You can hear it. Swivel here, swivel here. No foot. Oh yeah, there is. No toe articulation. There's a little toe articulation in there. So pretty cool. Then you in the middle here, that moves because of the arm transformation. This is where I hurt myself again. Movement on both sides. And swivel side to side. Something I want to show you right now. There, in the sculpt itself, there's like some parts where it's like, and I don't know if it's from just the sharpness of these things going into like some of this. You can see it right here. Like it's just cutting right into it. But it's not really, so I don't know. That could be just like really bad, because it actually looks painted over. So some bad like sprue job cuts there. That's what it kind of looks like now. Back legs, ratchet, swivel, swivel, and swivel. And the toe, also double hinge, even though it's smaller for the tail. So, very nice looking. His weapon here looks good. Same deal. Very nice. Same deal with the colors, I should say. Put in his mouth. Close it up. He holds it very nicely. And again, comes with two. So pretty cool. We have the red lion here. Oh, actually, did I do art diecast on this one? A little bit on the tail. Not as much on this one that I could feel. In the middle part here, this doesn't appear to be die-cast. Feels plastic. Yeah, not too much die-cast on this arm. The red lion has more die-cast. This is die-cast right here. This is not. The middle again. The heads are not die-cast on these guys. The legs are not, and but the tails are. So a little more die-cast on the red lion. There's a number 2 looking really good. Very well done. You know, every bit of it looks awesome. Actually, now I'm looking on the eye here. On this eye, I see a line right towards the middle. That's unfortunate. There's definitely something there. Like a cut in the paint. Oh well. So, but otherwise, you know, the head looks good. Nice head sculpt. Really nice feeling, these guys. Articulation, same thing going on. Head, mouth, arm, swivel, 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 swivel. But you know, ratcheted, swivel, ratcheted there, swivel, swivel. This is kind of tight over here, and the toe. So we got a little bit there. Now this guy, I'm really jammed up here on this side. Oh, there we go. Finally freed. But I was pretty jammed up till now. So yeah. Oh, I'm glad that happened here. So, but there you go. Weapon is one of these guys also. Let's put in his mouth there. Now he doesn't hold this one that well. Oh, there you go. Now he does. A little bit better, at least. Pretty cool. See, I will never, you know, right after this review, that's the last I'll ever see of these weapons. They're going to go in the box. Not my cup of tea. So, but there you go. There are all the limb lions. They are pretty slick. And now on to the big boy lion. The black lion. My favorite lion. I'm sure a lot of people's favorite lion. I really love the black lion. Like, I haven't really, but I could collect just black lions if I wanted to. That's how much I really dig it. So, yeah. And this one is pretty cool. Has a lot of good weight on it. That is for sure. It looks awesome. Looking at his head sculpt. The eyes are a little smaller than the rest, which is interesting. But there you see them in red, like the other ones. But I do love the overall face here. It's really nice. Gold up here for his ears. You got the number 1 on his back. Kind of obscured a bit by the wings, by the Voltron wings. And there you go. There's the wings there. Let's look at those a little bit further. Sculpt is really nice. He just looks really cool. Legs look nice and thick and sturdy. We're not going to look at this part yet. But yeah, pretty nice sculpt. Tail looks good. I really like that. You know, articulation on it, double jointed as well. So, got that going. Yeah, this looks great, guys. I really love this black lion. Further articulation. Neck joint here. But without revealing the Voltron face again. Ah, there it is. His mouth does open. So this, does this turn? I can't, no. Yeah, it does turn on a ratchet joint. Then here you got really, really tight ratchet joints. And then tight swivels, swivel, and swivel. Just like the rest. Again, super tight hip joints here, and ratchet joints here, which is, you know, the Voltron knee as well. Then you got the hinge and the hinge, and the swivel and the swivel, I should say. Sorry. These also, the hips can go out a bit. See that? Kind of gives you a nice little stance there. But yeah. And then at the waist it can click. A really hingy sounding click. But he is pretty regal, pretty cool. I'm just gonna move these guys out of the way for a second. Just take a look at him. I do want to bring in one size comparison for the Black Lion because I just have him out as well. But this is the Trendmasters diecast lion, so which is a copy of the original mold, Voltron mold. So you know, it's kind of a cool little representation to have here. That's what they look like compared to each other. Now, for accessories for the Black Lion, we'll start out with his, you know, normal mouth weapon, which looks very nice. One of the nicest ones. Really, really cool. And now this might be a little tricky with the Voltron head in there. You can take out the Voltron head if you want, but it does go up. The Voltron face, I should say. So why don't we do that? Make this a tad bit easier. We'll get into that in a little bit, but then you could put that up a little more, and you could do that. Pretty cool. Again, I won't be using it, but it is very nice for sure. Now, the Black Lion also comes with these kind of like hip blades. Actually, they're front leg blades here, and you can pop them in, like kind of like rotary type things, clicking really nicely, and they look great. You can spin them if you want. That looks so crazy cool. And I haven't, honestly, I haven't tried it with, you know, Voltron together, but I feel like these might look awesome. It just, you know, this Voltron and this look might warrant having something like that on there. We're gonna check it out actually. And then he also comes with these two blasters, which do have LED lights. I have it in one of them. I have batteries in one of them. Not this one, that one. So there you go. That's how bright it is. Pretty cool. So, and same thing. Let me pop them in here. And now Blackline can have some shoulder blasters, which looks pretty awesome. They do look really nice, I gotta say. Both weapons look really great. And that, my friends, concludes the lion, individual lions chapter here of this review. And, you know, overall, they're really nice. Some of the best feeling lions I've seen and held, and I mean, and that's even saying for the SOC. So that's you know, that's saying a lot about these guys. I think they're really awesome pieces, all on their own. I love the etched in, you know, sculpted in numbers. So good looking, and they just look so fantastic. But alright, gang, now it's time for the main event. Roll up the sleeves a little bit here. Let's start forming Voltron. So let's grab the yellow lion here. Let's start with his tail. It was already folded up, but you want to fold it in like this. And that's because I started this for a second, as you saw from the cut. And then I paused because, well, I'm going to show you in a second. So put this down, and then you want to put the foot back there. So it's very neat. For the most part, it looks good. So what I noticed was some of that paint was from right there. That's unfortunate. Look at that. So there is a little pile of paint chips here. This is an unfortunate thing. So I'm gonna suggest, even though the lines look great, once you get it in Voltron mode, this is not one you want to mess around with too much as far as doing things back and forth. So bring that back a little bit, put that in, also kind of lay it in there a little bit, kind of creates a little bit of a heel spur. Now, the directions are really kind of not so hot with this, so it's I can't really tell exactly where it wants it to be, but it feels pretty good like this, honestly. There you go. There's one leg. Let's do the other one. Put the tail down. You know, there's nothing complicated here. This is like just a classic Voltron combination. It's pretty no frills, but it all folds in really nicely. And no paint chip here that I see. So that's good. That's unfortunate. And this is like such an, you know, this is not I don't think this is an easy paint to replace. There's that one. Very simple. Let's take the black lion. Let's get the black lion ready. This way we could pop his feet in. So tail, let's unfold, you know, the wings up, bring the tail down, like so, I believe, yeah. And let's straighten out his legs for now, bring him down. Okay, and more neutral position. the feet. Go right in really nicely. And then there is a little lever here. You just press that in and it comes right out. It's super, super simple on this guy. Yeah, I really dig that. Get the other one in there. So from the front you really can't see that paint fleck, but I see it from my angle right now, and that's a bummer. So I guess I should have did the arms first. So here you want to take these, same deal, you want to like tuck him in and then rotate, force, so all the red is aligned. Let me bring this camera up even further. There you go. That's that. Okay, let's get the arms now going. So tail, same deal, fold it back, bring it hind legs down, back, and tuck that little toe in. The same on the other side. And for his arms, same thing. Make sure those feet go in. Now this guy, you take that joint, bring it down, and pops right in. There is there's little tabs here on the side of this peg, and there is little slits there, so you want to get it in on the right angle. So there you go, and then you get a pop. Same thing here. Fold it up. So man, really unfortunate about that big paint chip on the leg. It's, I mean, this is not a cheap piece, so to see that happening is definitely a bummer. And this is not something I'm gonna be looking to replace. So there you go. Satisfying, click right in. Let's bring out the wings, spread them out to position. Let's move forward here, take some weapons with us. Go right over my display. Open up his ears. And there you have it. There he is. I can open up his legs a little bit. And there you go, folks. The Dark Lion Force Voltron from Icarus Toys. It looks fantastic. Top to bottom. Just a beautiful piece. The color scheme really works. The big red chest right in the middle just pops with all the black around it and the gold. You know, and you got the red eyes. Oh man. Love it. Checking out Voltron's face there. just really nice. I really like this face. Red eyes look great. It's really cool, guys. I think this face really works. A lot. The wings look fantastic as well. Beautiful sculpting on the wings. Stands really nicely. Really, really great stuff. Can't say enough about the overall sculpt. He's just got a great build from top to bottom. Looks really good. I just love it. And it's clean, you know? Just really nice. I like how everything kind of, you know, all the legs just go in really nicely. They get tucked in, the feet, just to be added away. I think that's really cool. Now, this doesn't have all the engineering bells and whistles that the SoC does. The chest doesn't really lock together or anything, but it doesn't move around as much as the SoC, so it doesn't really need to. I've had problems with that locking thing on the SoC, so to me, I wish that wasn't even there, to tell you the truth. I have no problem with a little bit of gap there. I'm totally fine with it. And a piece like this is going to be a ton of gaps anyway, so. Not saying that the SoC is bad. That's like my favorite thing this year. But this just looks incredible. Like, I really, really like it a lot. Again, I think it goes great with the SoC. I'm kind of hoping that they do, you know, Bandai does not make a black and gold version, because I just kind of want this to be my black and gold. I want it to look different. I already got it, you know. I don't know if I want to spend another $300 on another SoC black and gold. Although I'm sure it will look fantastic. But this guy, you know, proper due. This looks beautiful. Beautiful. Holds together well. As you saw, there wasn't much going on, and, you know, locks in nice and easy. The arms and the legs, there's nothing to fuss around with. It's just click, click, and done. I just think that's really great. You know, really great. So, beautiful stuff. So let's look at the more Voltron-y parts here as well. The gold belt, awesome. The star looks great. Really, really nice. And then the crest. Oh, yeah, those arm blasters. The crest looks really good. You got, actually, you know what? The white is a little sloppily done. You can see it bleeding over onto the black, or it could just be the black didn't fill it in. That could be an easy fix, but you definitely see it in there. So, but the gold looks good. You know, it works out very well. That might be the only, like, real, like, little bit of sloppiness to it, you know? Otherwise, fantastic, except for that big paint chip right here that my eye keeps going towards. I can't unsee it, which is unfortunate. Again, there's, you know, there really is. There's paint chips here, so can't stress that enough. Be careful with this one, with that, you know? But overall, just awesome. Just really, really awesome. So let's do articulation. Let's get that out of the way. Head, you know, nicely ratcheted. Neck moves up and down. Really awesome there. And then the arms can come out like that. Swivels on these awesome ratchets there. Ratchets at the elbows, as we saw. You got the bicep swivel, and then you got, you know, if you need it, the wrist swivel there as well. From what I've seen, these don't come out or anything. Like, I know on the SoC there's like a little drop down, as well as the Ultimate X. But Here, at least in directions or anything, I didn't see anything. If you guys know, feel free to let me know. So, hey, I can miss stuff. I could be educated. Swivel at the line heads. Then at the waist here, you get a swivel. There is a ab joint there. Doesn't do much. And I've heard some stories of some paint flicking there, so I don't want to mess around with that too much. I could see maybe right there where the top part would hit. Yeah. Alright, let's not mess around. The legs do ratchet out a bit. Actually a lot more than I thought. Check that out. So, pretty cool. Could go pretty far out. And then, again, forward and back is really, really heavy ratchets. He's got upper thigh rotation, which I'm not even sure if I covered when I did the black lion, but there you go. Ratcheted knee, and then, you know, little ankle rocker here. The heads. So, there you have it. There's his articulation. It might not be, you know, to the level of the SOC. The Soul of Gokin, by the way. I don't know if I've said it like that. I might have just said SOC, SOC, SOC. But, man, it's great. It looks amazing. Like, let's drop back a little bit here. Just to look at him in full. That's just such a great robot silhouette there. You know what I'm saying? It looks awesome. Such a cool design and color scheme. So, which I think it looks better in this color scheme. I've seen, you know, the original many times, and it doesn't get me as much as this does. So it is pretty awesome. So let's get into the extras, because there's quite a few here. So first thing I want to do, let's do Gimmick, which is awesome, and it's the Rocket Fist Gimmick. So you could do one of those. You have a little button up top. Let's see if I can catch this okay. And you press it, and there it goes. Fire away. And both arms can do it, which is awesome. There you go. I don't want to fire it too much. As we've seen, we got paint that likes to fly off this guy. So, in the event you should scratch it up and so you have 2 extra heads. I think that's awesome. So they gave you 2 extra heads. Very cool, just in case you lose one or whatnot. Scratch it up. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Now, first things first. Classic Voltron shield. Looks pretty good. I'm not the biggest fan of the whole shield, Voltron shield deal, so I'm not going to be displaying it with this. But here it is, with the gold in the middle and the black around that, and the silver. We'll put it here. See how that fits. This classic sword and shield look first. Looks pretty good, actually, I have to say. Looks pretty good on him. The classic Voltron sword. Looking real nice. This one actually, I believe, has a... I'm not... Like, either a spot or a paint chip right there. See that? Sorry. I'm too close here. Right there. It doesn't really look like a chip because there's nothing raised around it. It's just a weird discolored piece there. That's a little unfortunate too. But the hilt looks great. The shape is nice. I just think it's a little small. I like a big blazing sword, so this one feels a tad bit small. But it looks pretty good. You got the red there painted, you know, and the cross with the crown. So, open up his hand, put that in, and that's a classic sword and shield look. Pretty cool. I will raise this guy up just a bit. Let's get it right there. So we get this top half in better. Perfect. So it looks good, you know? I mean, I guess it's pretty big. I got used to the SOC's sword being gigantic. So I'm gonna take shield out, take this sword out, and he comes with an alternate sword. So I'm not sure what the idea behind this particular sword design is. If you guys know, let me know. I'm drawing a complete blank on it. But it looks nice. It's a little bit different. The tops are different. The hilts are different. Different shapes. So I'm not sure. But it's a nice looking sword. There you go. Hold it fine. Now, before we get to the next sword, yes, there's more swords. He also comes with an alternate face. So you got this screaming, kind of screaming face here, and this face here is on with a magnet. Comes in and out really easy, but not like so easy where it's like falling out or anything. There you go. That's how he looks there. Let's take a closer look. Not bad. So turning him around just a bit here. We got this really cool, clear, like orangey yellow burst of a sword. And this is supposed to represent when, you know, he's forming blazing sword, which is pretty cool. You know, that's pretty slick. That's pretty well done. This might be my thumbnail, guys. That looks pretty nice like that. So, very, very cool. Really well done. Nice piece. That's fun. The last sword, though, while not perfect, is definitely my favorite. And you got the blazing sword here. This is the original sword, you know, with this, like, effect over it, translucent plastic. Now, it's not perfect. There's a lot of bubbling in it, unfortunately. You can see all around. Oh, maybe you can't see all around. But there is a lot of bubbling all on the edges, which is a bit of a shame. You know? Otherwise, it is pretty awesome. I mean, you're not going to really see that on the shelf. And to me, this is, you know, what he's going to be, how he's going to look on the shelf. Blazing sword in hand. It just looks so cool. You know, that's just a really nice look for this guy. It just really goes with the aesthetic. I love it. I really do, guys. I think that's fantastic. So very, very nice there. That's pretty much, you know, is everything he comes with. I did want to check out if you guys You know what? I'm silly. I was saying these, you know, would go up here, which would have been, like, super cool, but they would really go down here, and it doesn't really make any much sense to have them there, so, oh well. It would have been also nice if we could, like, mounted a shoulder cannon on them. Right? Wouldn't that have been cool? You know, get that going. That would have been slick. But, alas, it is not to be. So let's do a couple of size comparisons here. First off, how about the Trendmasters plastic Voltron, which I recently got as well, all together here. So, pretty good size comparison there. Like, from the tips of their wings, they're the same, but he's a little bit taller altogether. This is a nice piece. I like the plastic one. It's pretty cool. And now, of course, and this is the comparison we wanted to do. Here is the SOC Voltron. And they're about the same height. There you go. So they're gonna look awesome together on the shelves. So I mean, there's a lot of differences with these guys, which is good. You don't want like carbon copies of each other. You know, you just want to have like two pieces that look great together, and I think these two fit that bill. You know, there's enough differences. This is again why I don't want Gokin to make a black and gold, because I do want them to be different and not just different in color, you know. So, and I think these guys work it. So I mean, there's different aspects to this. You know, the SOC is more accurate, it's engineered better, it's more complicated. The Icarus toys is a really cool interpretation, and their own interpretation. I think that's really rad as well. So these guys can live in the same universe and be just like two cool robot brothers spawning from the same awesome idea. And I dig that. You know, there's room on my shelf for both of them. Up to you if you want to get him. SOC now is unavailable, and on the aftermarket he's fetching upwards of $500. You can get this guy, and I believe, and again I'm not 100% sure, the regular version of this for around $300, which is, you know, was the starting price of the SOC. And as you can see, they're, you know, both huge pieces. I actually think there's more die-cast in the Icarus toys. I haven't, like, felt this guy in a while, but this guy's got a ton of die-cast too, so I do think this might have more. I'm not 100% sure. You know, if that's important to you, that's, you know, you won't have a problem with this guy. He's got a ton of die-cast, so it's pretty awesome. So I'm gonna have the you know, let's do the weight test. They're both really heavy, guys. It's hard to say. I feel like this guy might be just a tad bigger, the Icarus toy, heavier, the Icarus toys, but I don't know. They're both really weighty, and I don't have a scale here, but you're definitely getting your weight and figure here. And is he worth the money? I think he is. You know, like, he's not as articulated, he's not engineered the same, but there's something to be said about the simplicity of this guy and the way he feels, and he, you know, it comes together a bit quicker, and I feel like you know, you're gonna get a lot of really cool poses out of him as well. So, you know, I guess, you know, if you could get him a little bit cheaper, that's great. But, you know, he's definitely a big monster. You know, comparing him, I'm not going to bring him over because it's just too big. But comparing him to the Ultimate X, the Toynami, when I said that wasn't worth even the $300 that I paid for, and maybe that's worth about $250. I can't say that about this guy. I feel like this guy is worth the money. He has a ton of accessories. He's a ton of diecast. He's really solid. My one big gripe is the way that the paint, you know, definitely comes off this guy. You know, like, there's a lot of paint there, guys. A lot of little paint chips. So, and you saw a one big spot where, unfortunately, it's in there. It's in there. Can't do much about that. So that's something to weigh. But otherwise, this is a beautiful display piece. Looks gorgeous. I just really, really like the aesthetic of this piece. And I don't know, there's a lot about it that I like, you know, so it really speaks to me. Way more than I thought it would, even though obviously I hoped it would, because, you know, when you plop down that much money, you want to, you know, you want to be wowed. And it wowed me out of the box, and putting it together, it really does wow me. Again, a couple of, you know, problems there, but not problems you can't get over as a collector. This is not a play piece, so, you know, form Voltron, keep him on your shelf. He's going to look awesome, and that's all I got, guys. All right? So, yeah. Icarus Toys, Dark Force, Lion Voltron. To me, definitely worth it. Alright, so please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know your thoughts on what you see here. Is the paint issue, you know, flicking out like that, is that a big deal to you? Let me know. It is a big deal, because for this price, that shouldn't be happening. But if you're not doing more than, like, you know, posing them, you should be okay. Alright, guys, that's all I got. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Once again, I said it. And until next time, peace out, peeps.